Hi, in this video we'll talk about the TLS encryption in MySQL Server. What is TLS encryption and why do we need it? Suppose a client connects to a MySQL server and communicates. The data that is being sent over the network can be intercepted and viewed by others. And if you don't want that to happen, you need to make use of the TLS encryption. The client can make use of these modes to send the data in an encrypted manner to the server. That is, the client can make use of the preferred, required, disabled, verify CA, and verify identity modes. Uh, Preferred mode, basically client tries to make use of an encrypted connection to connect to the server. If an encrypted connection is possible, then it makes use of it. But if an encrypted connection is not possible for any reason, then it falls back to unencrypted connection. Required mode, we are basically saying that it must make use of encrypted connection. Must make use of an encrypted connection. Disabled mode, we are saying we do not need an encrypted connection. We do not need an encrypted connection. Verify CA basically makes use of an encrypted connection, also verifies the certificate validity on the server side. Verify CA. And verify identity, it makes use of the encrypted connection and also verifies the host name in the certificate is what the client is trying to connect to. These two avoid man in the middle attack. So these two are more secure. This one verifies the certificate validity, whether the certificate is valid and other stuff. And this one verifies the certificate and also verifies the host name that the client is trying to connect to the server is the same. And let me adjust this. Preferred, it tries to make an encrypted connection. If not, it falls back to an encrypted connection. Okay, to make use of encrypted connections, you need to set some variables on the server side and some on the client side. SSL mode, it specifies one of these modes, and SSL set, certificate, and SSL key, client side private key file, client side public certificate, and TLS version, whether it is a TLS version 1.2 or TLS version 1.3. It specifies this thing. Please note TLS version 1 and TLS version 1.1 are not supported by MySQL 8.4 onwards. They are not supported. And SSL cipher, this specifies the ciphers that are permitted for TLS version 1.2. And TLS cipher suits, this specifies the algorithms that are for version TLS 1.3. And this thing, certificate revocation list, specifies if any certificates are revocated. Those details will be mentioned in the certificate revocation list. Same way on the server side also, we specify a set of variables: certificate authority file, and the public key certificate file, and the private key file, and what is the TLS version that are we using on the server side, whether it is TLS version 1.2 or TLS version 1.3, and what are the cipher suits that are permitted for TLS version 1.3 are specified through TLS cipher suits, and what are the permitted ciphers that are valid for TLS version 1.2 are specified through SSL cipher. And this thing specifies, this variable specifies the certificate revocation list. By default, MySQL, during the compilation, it interacts with the OpenSSL and creates the certificates for us by default, it creates all these certificates for us. The default created certificates, they're called self-signed certificates. They are not signed by any certificate authority. They are called self-signed certificates. I will show these details. The self-signed certificates cannot be used to make a connection with verify identity, SSL mode. Basically, in a self-signed certificate, we do not have the host name mentioned. No host name is mentioned in the self-signed certificate. And since the host name is not there, the verify identity mode, which needs to verify the host name to which it is connecting to, cannot make use of the self-signed certificate. That is the reason why a self-signed certificate cannot be used for a verify identity SSL mode. I'll show the details. Let's go to our MySQL server. This is my MySQL server. I have these users created, and by default all the certificates will be available in the data directory. So on a different window, so this is my certificate authority file. Whoever provide this certificate, the details of that certificate authority will be there here. And this is my public certificate file, server side private key file. So we'll see the details. And to view this certificate details, let me try to show this thing. So this is the server side public certificate file. No details can be seen directly, but we can make use of the OpenSSL command to view its details. OpenSSL x509-text mode -in server-side.pem. Now it shows us the details of the certificate file. It shows issuer CN, auto-generated certificate authority file, auto-generated. This is an auto-generated certificate file. MySQL Server 9.3 auto-generated certificate file. And it shows the validity of this file here, December 5 to December 3, 2035. So from 2025 to 2035. This is the auto-generated certificate file. If we manually create this file, then using a certificate authority, then we will have the host name details mentioned. Here we do not have that. Okay, let's move on and see the variables related to the SSL. So certificate authority file, the name is ca.pem, and private key file, server key.pem, and server-side public key certificate file, server-side.pem, and SSL ciphers, and what is the TLS version, whether it is TLS version 1.2 and 1.3, and what are the TLS cipher suites. So for TLS version 1.2, I have specified these different ciphers. And for TLS version 1.3, I did not give any list here. If we do not provide anything, then by default, it permits all the ciphers that are valid for version 1.3. So let me show the list for TLS version 1.2 and version 1.3 ciphers. So for TLS version 1.2, these are the ciphers that are available. And for version TLS version 1.3, these are the ciphers that are available. So you can provide the list, or if you don't provide anything, by default, it accepts everything in this list. However, for this SSL cipher, I have provided these ciphers, and each cipher is separated with a colon. Okay, now let's try to make use of different SSL modes to connect and verify. So I have here user 1 at localhost and test 1 at localhost. So let me try to connect from a different window. Here we did not give anything, hyphen SSL mode, we did not give anything. Let's verify if this connection is an encrypted connection or not. And for that, we have /s. It says SSL is not in use. So it is not making use of any encrypted connection. Also, if you see here, connection local host via Unix socket. It is making use of Unix socket connection. We want to make use of a TCP connection, not through Unix socket. So let me force that. This flag hyphen protocol is equal to TCP. Forces an TCP connection. /s. Now it says SSL mode cipher in used is, and it is showing us the cipher. And connection localhost via TCP IP. Now we are connected through an encrypted connection. So this is making use of the preferred mode. We did not specify anything. It tried to make an encrypted connection. So this is making use of the preferred mode. /s helps us to see this thing, encryption status, and it is making use of this cipher. There is also one more way to verify if the session is encrypted. So show session status like SSL. It shows the cipher that is being used to establish an encrypted connection. And it is saying it is making use of TLS version 1.3. If we see this cipher, TLS AES 128 GCM SHA 256. So TLS AES 128 GCM SHA 256. This is from the permitted list of ciphers for TLS version 1.3. Remember, we did not specify any value for TLS cipher suits. We did not specify any value for TLS cipher suits. If we don't give any value, then it will accept all the permitted list of ciphers for TLS version 1.3. So it made use of one of the cipher, this cipher, to connect. So that is the thing. So now let's try to make use of other mode. Now the connection type is localhost via TCP IP. It is making use of TCP IP to connect locally from this mission. And this is not using the SSL. This is an unencrypted connection. So this thing, because we made use of the SSL mode is equal to disabled. So it does not make use of any encrypted connection. Let's try to make use of the flag required. We are saying we want to make use of an encrypted connection. It should make use of an encrypted connection. If for any reason, if it cannot make an encrypted connection, the connection gets dropped. So it shows it is making use of an encrypted connection, SSL, cipher in use. So let's try to verify the verify CA mode. The verify CA mode, it can make use of the self-signed certificate and connect. So SSL mode is equal to verify CA. And then we need to make use of this flag SSL CA to specify the location of our certificate file. Since we are connecting locally, we can make use of the default location. That will leave MySQL ca.pem. Sorry, I missed. It should be hyphen hyphen. So now it made use of this certificate file, and it made use of the SSL mode verify CA. It verified the certificate as well to make this encrypted connection. But if I try to make use of the verify identity mode with a self-signed certificate, it won't work. SSL connection error, TLS process server certificate verify failed. So you cannot make use of a self-signed certificate to make use of SSL mode verify identity. So let's also try to make a remote connection. And for that, I have here my MySQL workbench. Let me show the details for that connection. Edit connection. We just give a connection name, host name, port number, username, and the password is stored. And for SSL mode, we are saying if available. If encrypted connection is possible, make use of it. It is as good as preferred mode. If an encrypted connection is available, make use of it. If not, fall back to unencrypted connection. So let's try to. Now it says successfully made the MySQL connection. So host name, port, user, SSL enabled with the TLS. A successful MySQL connection was made with the parameters identified for this connection. So now it shows the SSL cipher and SSL version. So let's close this connection and try to edit this connection and say the SSL mode as no. We are saying the disabled mode by saying no. If you see here, it is saying SSL not enabled. Now it is not making use of any encrypted connection. So SSL cipher is null and SSL version is also null. So it is not making use of any encrypted connection. This is as good as disabled mode. Now let's edit the connection again and try to make use of required. We are saying you must make use of an encrypted connection. If for any reason you can't make use of any encrypted connection, the connection should be dropped. It should not establish a connection. So information related to this connection, SSL enabled with, and it is showing the cipher that it is made use for this, for encrypting this connection. It showed the cipher and the SSL version, TLS version 1.3. Let's try to edit again. And now we'll say require and verify the certificate. This is verify CA. Require and verify the certificate. Now I need to give the path for this certificate file. I have downloaded the certificate file. It's in my documents ca.pem. Sorry, this is not the, this is for the private key file and this is the variable ssl-ca. I need to make use of the certificate file here, ca.pem, ssl-ca. I mistakenly used here. So now let's test the connection. This is the same certificate file I had downloaded from my Unix machine. and placed it on my Windows machine, and I'm making use of that. So ca.pem, I downloaded this from my Unix machine. Now let's test the connection. Now it is saying SSL enabled with in the cipher. So SSL cipher and then the SSL version. Let's try to edit again. And we know this mode won't work. And because this is a self-sent certificate, required and verify identity. Verify identity. So this mode won't work with a self-sent certificate, but let's test that. SSL connection error, SSL routines, certificate verify failed. So with a self-sent certificate, we can only make use of the other modes, not the verify identity mode. Now for the admin, there is a way for us to see the encrypted connection details. So let me try to log in as root. And make use of this query. Now it says thread ID 86 and 87 are making use of encrypted connections. We can make use of this performance schema threads where thread ID in 86 and 87 to get its connection details. So process list ID 98 and 99, both are from the test user, test1 user, and both of them are making use of the encrypted connections. So that completes this basic video on TLS encryption. I will try to cover other concepts of TLS in other videos. Please view the same. And thank you for watching this. Thank you.